Hey yo, it's your boy J3MRI back at it again with another epic video, and today I'm gonna be playing I Love You Colonel Sanders, a finger-loving dating game. Look at that dreamy face. Let's just see how whack it is. Before you get started, tell us your name. Okay. J3MRI it is. Yo, the biscuits and the chicken. Yo, those are the pieces I normally get, the legs or whatever. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in this moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Oh my god. I'm taking these off. Throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. You slept through the school year and gave up on the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders? No! Let's try that again. I lost on the first go, dude. I panicked. It was too loud. Okay, you sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock and get 'em. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School. Yeah, it's fine. How do I delete chats that don't matter? Because no one cares about sound alerts being broken, TBH. Okay, that could just stay. I don't care right now. It's fine. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. You'll need to take this seriously or you allow yourself to daydream a bit. Thinking about the future. Let's do that. It's here finally, your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare, so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit and burst out the door in a hurry. Delicious. Just what you needed to wake up those taste buds. Yikes, you're in such a hurry, in fact, that you forget to put on any deodorant before running out the door. You're sweating buckets as you rush to arrive on time. Uh-oh. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy of Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, J3MRI. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am. Excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam, raised by master chef parents. She's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're gonna do great. But with University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. How do you chip your tooth on a mannequin? Pep talk your best friend. Change the subject to school gossip. I'll pep talk her. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares, I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for greatness. Remember that card with the fancy looking tower, and that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating and you'll be, delighting the world with our... I can't read, give me 1 second. And you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. Yeah, calm down. You're beginning to be a little irrational. Could you please calm down, Miriam? You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. You do have some pretty sick bangs. These little floofs. The little tufts of... and then the pretty sick braids on the sides. Pretty sick haircut. Can you believe I cut it myself? Yeah, I believe it. Oh hey, the game says I definitely believe it. Well, I believed it in the first place. I cannot believe it. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. How dare you? Hey! It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. What? Chicken shins. You leave J3 Mirai's shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend Van the Man-Man. Van the Man-Man has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. Ahem, Van. You rang? What? You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off. So you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Psh, see you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Huh? Oopsie. I think it's broken. What broke? What? You reached forward and easily pulled... Oh, he couldn't open the door. I was like, wait, what's broken? What do you mean it's broken? That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you. My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could anyone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he didn't... I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm J3 Mirai. So, are you going to make me hold the door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kinda cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. What? It's a dog? A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class. What? It's a dog teacher? I really didn't think that they'd have a dog chef, but I'm here for it. Now, quiet down, everyone. Sprinkles, the teaching dog chef. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCS. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. For a 5-year-old, he is adorable. I would say he was a cute kid. I hope they meant it like he's a kid. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush across you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. I'm about to act the heck up, dude. Look at this man. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him! If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Look at this man's. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Switzalot. Maybe we should open that window back up before Fawcett Pitts melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Yo, these burns are actually pretty good. They're roasting the crap out of her. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class, and what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when J3MRI sweats, it's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. Oh my god, look at that dreamboat. Oh my god, he just blinked. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you, smiling gently, his hand outreached. Boy howdy. I've never had to read the words boy howdy before. Boy howdy, this classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please use my handkerchief. Please use my I feel like I'm talking weirdly. I feel like I'm doing an accent, but I don't mean to do an accent. Please use my handkerchief. You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Oh, what a dreamboat. Look at that freaking jawline, dude. Wow. Truly breathtaking. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you about how sweaty you look. You're completely mortified. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? Take the handkerchief, refuse the handkerchief. I mean, do I really want to continue looking sweaty? Maybe I just use this handkerchief. Hope my sweat doesn't make it smell hideous. You stretch out your hand, and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. It's so beautiful you hesitate to press it on your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural scent on it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. I wasn't expecting them to be like, he smells like chicken. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there might even be really adorable tiny food. There's a tiny food? And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone has a good... Why can't I read? Give me a second. Whew. Colonel Sanders just has me messed up. I saw him and I was like, what a dreamboat. I can't think right. I can't read anymore. Okay, student. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school with you, as my teacher. Can I press space instead of... I can instead of clicking. Let's go. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students, that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clark made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. Did he skateboard in? You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. What? What? So we have like a robot oven student? What? The class bursts out in laughter. Poor Clark. Oh, Clark, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Huh. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. Well, I take a men's multivitamin every morning, for your information. I don't know who you think you are to call me out on my nutrition, sir. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkle's reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? Beef treat, rubber ball, chicken snack. Let's go with a beef treat. You reach beneath your apron and return with a small bit of beef jerky in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. Beef! Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I would never eat that. You clearly do not belong here. Please remove your apron and then remove yourself from this class and this school. What? I just got... Are you kidding me? Should I give him the rubber ball? Is that better? What's wrong with beef? Oh, I have to go through all this again. Speed run! Speed run! Speed run! Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I saw the dreamboat. Speed run. This is how you speed run the game. Yo, I wonder if there's any speed runs of this. I should look and try. Yeah, blah, blah. I see the dreamboat himself. Oh my god, look at those massive arms on the Colonel. Yeah, I took it. Blah, 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 blah. Yep, student gets yelled at. Blah, 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 blah. Yep, I'm not reading all this a second time. I already read it all. Rubber ball? You reach beneath your apron and return with a rubber ball in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. You toss the ball and he bounds after it, grabbing it in his mouth and swinging it from side to side before dropping it. The thrill passes quickly. It's not clear if that endeared you to him or not. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds opened to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey J3MRI, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed this seat next to me if you're interested. Oh my god, what a dreamboat. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. Look at those eyes, dude. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me this seat. I've only had two rules. Do all you can and do it to the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. I'm not ready. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. Man, it depends. Doesn't matter at all. That's right. Let's go. You have to wash your hands or you're going to be yucky. Forest is to tree as chicken is to... Forest is to tree as chicken is to... a feather, I guess. That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? Spork. A comically oversized fork, a meat tenderizer, a spork. That's right. Let's go. Except KFC stopped having sporks because you suck. Anything as long... Oh, wait. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it is prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat. A pancake that looks like a silly face. I want to say the last one, but I'll go with what I think it is. Is Sprinkles a good boy? No! He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy, or yes. I'll go with he is the best boy. Let's go! 5 out of 5! Let's go! Whoa, be honest, did you cheat? A little. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. I think you have a beautiful face. I mean, personality. Hot diggity, Did they really say hot diggity? Hot diggity, J3 Murai. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch! Let's go! Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? No, shut up, like Gordon Ramsay knockoff. Get out of here. Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Shut up, dude. Nobody likes you. I'm here for Harland. No one's here for you. Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Let's go. Yeah! But Shut up, student. Nobody likes you. Shh. Lunch, lunch, lunch. She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. I bet it's special, alright. This must be the smell I smelled! Indeed, that smell. Look at this. This is like a Shakespeare in the Park pose. Like a to be or not to be. But they're just showing off how massive his forearms are, dude. Look at those. Look at him. He's got guns for days. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? It is! Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. I could really go for some chicken right now. Piled higher, huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. I'm about to finish. No. The aroma envelops you, not envelops. I can't speak. The aroma envelopes you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Who does that? Your stomach begins to grumble, as if to say, stop thinking and start eating! For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. Get roasted, Harlan. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. That was a pretty sick burn, dude. Get flamed. Get absolutely obliterated. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just, writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Back off! Back off, Ashley! I will not tell you again. That is my man. You ever go for him again, I will not think twice. Oh, please. Well, Van the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in the pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing! Tasting Colonel Sanders' chicken food Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you into another dimension. Yo, that is low-key, kind of beautiful, though. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor, savor the moment, and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. I'll go with the second one. The flavor in your mouth. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy! Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man, for a flavor, are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Colonel, over here! Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second? Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? Ha ha! How bold to come out and ask! It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret, in fact. I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. I would love to get to know you way better. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got Moxie. Oh my gosh, I'm ruining this. I'm flirting with them, except I keep burping. I'm so sorry. You've got Moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Come on, Colonel. Blank. Whoa! You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in this huge revelation, shut up, phone. I'm in the middle of something very, very important. While you're wrapped up in this huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on the world. You can bet on that. He's doing the Shakespeare pose again. The one that shows off how massive his arms are. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Neg him to show your own strength. Wow, him with a big idea. To add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. I don't think I should try to make him change his recipe, but part of me wants to. You know about that? I was thinking about your secret recipe. I don't doubt it. It has a way of leaving an impression on all who taste it. You decide to show him that you also know a thing or two about blowing minds with new flavors. I actually had some thoughts on how you could improve it. Improve it? You want to change my secret recipe, and you think you can do any better? Have you ever heard of habanero peppers? What kind of question is that? Have you ever heard of peppers, bud? Heard of them? I tended an entire garden of chili pepper varieties. Habanero, poblano, cayenne. But that's not the point. You can't toss new ingredients into my secret recipe and expect to improve it. A recipe is about balance. It involves careful consideration and refinement. I messed up. I'm so sorry. Let this be the last time you improvise on my recipes, J3 Mirai. I'm headed back to class for my next lesson. No, I blew it. I'm so sorry, Harlan. Come back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no! We have to show our stuff! What if I totally blow it? You're not gonna blow anything. Except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature. Adorable tiny food creations. Oh, she makes the tiny food. Welcome students to the cooking arena. Okay, Sprinkles. For today's lesson we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. I would love to pounce on him, dude. So dreamy. Look at those arms. Look at that little pocket here with the pen in it. Who does this? Want to be my partner? Sure, J3 Mirai. I'll prepare our station. Thanks for preparing while I just, don't. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Oh, God. Beep, boop. Bzzz. Oh, my. Two potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. Looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? I kind of like Clank, but I feel like I'll go Pop, because she thought Pop was cute. Sorry, Clank, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Pop today. Pop gives a big smile as he steps up to the same station as Miriam. I'm a chef. He holds up a banana and without peeling it, proudly eats the entire thing. Dear God. What is wrong with you? It's disconcerting, but Miriam is too kind to act grossed out. I love your enthusiasm, Pop. She looks at you. Really? This kid? But it's too late to change your choice now. Now, it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea? Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Using octopus? Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy? You know, yeah. He loved me. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we can make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes? And gravy! I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. Oh my god. I'll go get the potatoes! No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Oh my god, Annie's got hobbies too? What a dreamboat. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? Yes. Yes. Don't even play yes. Yes, I do. We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business. And you better keep your fingers off my man. You know what I think about that? Shut your trap. Shut up. Shut your pie hole, Ashley. Did someone call for me? No. Geez, Van Van. While I'm over here crushing J3MRI's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Man. Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potato. He peeled them already? He tossed them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley Van Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like J3MRI was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Ha! Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van Van. Yeah, back off. Leave my man Harland alone. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. I don't know if the in-game music is too loud for you, but I'm just kind of turning it down a little bit just in case it is. It probably isn't, but I'm paranoid. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you then. This thing that has positioned itself at your station, don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick? It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel, and if you don't watch out... Get out of here, Ashley. Ashley is really going at you hard. It's pretty weird wording, to be honest. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need. Your friend... Colonel, help! Help me, hunk of hunks. I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on J3MRI as my partner for this activity. I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has J3MRI's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defeated by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. Let's go! You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know what to do. You gotta, here, let me, pretend. I'm not in frame. He's like this. He's just kind of like, I know what to do. What do you need to do? He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand there holding the same spork. As for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. Wow, what a cutie. Smash. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the forkful. No! No! What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop sabotaging yourself. You and Colonel Sanders are just on the same page, and now you're making yourself the bad guy. Van, go do something. Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, J3Mai. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. I will eat it off Ashley. I'll say it again. I'll eat the potatoes off Ashley. Can I has potatoes face? Huh? Van rushes back over a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade forged by Supreme Chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have first bite, and who will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, you don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. You moron. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! Oh my god! Oh my god! He just died like that? He ate Van's cooking and died? Everyone step back, don't take another bite. Are you kidding me? He literally just died? Like, for real. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up and Pop! No! Everyone's dying now! No! Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oh, thank God he's not dead. I would have cried. Tastes like poison. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moment. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. Oh, thank God. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Ghosts of student. Hello. I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What a guy. He's traumatized too, and all he's thinking about is me. What, like for real? Oh, come on. Oh, wait, let me say that in my ghost voice. What? Like for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building is taking on another vibe entirely. It's dark. More like a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today? Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, J3MRI? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. Die. Stop it. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're killing the mood. We were so close. I will fight you. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working towards the dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resting, also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you. Shut up. I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. This Spork monster is here to fight a hero. What? The Spork monster is gonna fight him. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on the emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me. Because I am a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? I guess attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy on you. You take 1 damage. Does it say how much health I have? Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay, sure, you do you. Focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth. Oh no. Attack again. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utilitensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. I don't know. Let's Cook with Love again. Spork Monster's oozing cheesy sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for the ultimate attack. Rounded Edge. Oh god. Vile villain! Your reign of terror stops here! Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot Pie Power Pinch. Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam in the night. Forget mercy, finish him, spare the wretched beast. I'll say that. You managed to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast, long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Begone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. So I'm guessing he'll come back tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have been signed out is Borko. Borko, that name sounds strangely familiar. Give me 1 second. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Am I passing out? Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. Honestly, what a guy. What a dreamboat. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my colonel. Good night, my colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I might be, I think I like Pop. Like him, like. I know it sounds like I'm moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. Isn't he a kid, though? He's like tiny. I assumed he was a kid. And I was kind of assuming these guys were like probably older, because she looks like in her upper teens, to me at least. And then that kid looks like 12, probably, but I guess not. Because that would be creepy. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he was only 3? Not only that, but he founded a special unit of super soldiers who all wear the same hats just because he put a hat on one time and thought it looked cool. But Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with the new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in the school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, you're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. We did, until stupid Van the Turd Face had to ruin it. Get out of here. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. I am great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me his secret ingredients? No, don't you freaking tell her, you moron. It's gonna get out and it's gonna ruin your relationship. Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created for super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of his own. It sounds like it's drugs. I don't know if it is, but it sounds like it. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, that when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I thought you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Oh, I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever, anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking. So we've stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. And besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. I'm gonna make up a fake one because I am not betraying the Colonel's trust. You quickly think of a fake ingredient. I feel bad that it's like their best friend, but at the same time, I'm playing this game for one thing and one thing only. Colonel Sanders. I'm not playing it for Miriam. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. Cayenne pepper. Let's just say it's the thing that she said earlier. It was Eye of Newt. I know it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. She's probably Googling it. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. Oh my god, it's Colonel Sanders on a horse? What? Okay, now he's a dreamboat. This is steamy. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school on a horseback. I'll stand back and admire his... Oh my god, Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without her acknowledging that he is being... Oh shoot! You're so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. I mean, what a horseful beauty you... Dang it, that's what I said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, J3MRI just gets really nervous around people they like. Oh god, that is not helping! I mean, they got food poisoning and we're up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. Oh god, stop helping! Stop helping! Disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking, massive, big, meaty shoulders. But he sees you coming. Ew. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Tell them to stop acting immature. Act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. Yeah, I'll do that. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. Ahem! It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes I don't know what that word is. I'm just going to say it right now. I don't know what that word is. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. I think it does. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding. You instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spork Monster. That's the same book. That I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. They're playing hee. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzzz, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such a language. Not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Bzzz. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely, he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got loftily career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. I am ready to learn. You try to give Sprinkles a pat on the head, but he snarls at you. Sorry. I get a little worked up if people try and pet me before I've had my morning coffee. Let that be a lesson to you. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without any further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. Let's go! You want to pay attention to the lesson? Truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signaling of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, J3MRI? Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A pepper, a dog biscuit, or a glass of water? Let's do the pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way. So naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend! Ooh! This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh! You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying to fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... Sorry, I think I've still got a... I think I've got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine. I'll work through. To fulfill the prophecy. You must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Aw, man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure health will give you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Step up and tell them you're on. You're on, Van, and... Okay. She kind of a baddie, though. I can't even be weak. No. Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Fool. Good one, Van. I like your gumption, J3MRI. I'll be watching your performance. Why does he only have two poses? One where he's like looking straight on at you, and then one where he's like Shakespeare in the Park. He only has two poses. That's all he ever does. He's just like... Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer! Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about! Arroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. It always boils 100 seconds after you turn the heat on. Fahrenheit, I don't know. Fudge! I was wrong. What were you thinking, J3MI? Get your head in the game! You're going to need to season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sandals' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. 11. That's right! You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. State of Mind offers the most... Trust. I don't know. Fudge. What was it? I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog? It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Next question. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You've better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy, so where does it come from? The shoulder, deep breath, the surface... Fudge! Can I restart? I'm sorry, I'm losing so bad. Is this it? Is this the one that we're losing? I need to restart because I blew it so bad. Yeah, I already read this. I just need to redo that quiz part because I was failing so hard. I don't know. What is the answer? I'm not Googling crap. I'm just gonna figure it out by replaying until I get it right. Yeah. That's wrong. Frick. No, I'm at least forcing myself to get that one right. I do not care. We are replaying this until I can get a perfect score, okay? Which will probably be a few times. You're on, turd face. So I'm guessing it's 100 degrees Celsius because that's the only one I didn't guess. I was just kind of assuming it would be the one that's not like the others. 11 herbs and spices. I knew that. Vigilance. That's wrong. Frick! Okay, let's just... Maybe I get it this time. Go! Oh, you try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling, bubbling, silence. Silence? That's right. When they taste your cooking, they will be taken with it. Yeah, whatever. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, J3MRI. Oh, he's getting me all hot and bothered right now. I can't focus on the questions when you're going to look like that. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing exactly. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. Oh. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to... No! Oh my god! A desert island with only one desert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on your challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the question. Oh god. Oh god. What does that have to do with the crafting Oh god. Oh god, please get me out of this stuck on Colonel Sanders thing. I'm about to lose. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. Yikes. Oh god. Battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Where you might not have any hands, but J3MRI does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand in the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Are you kidding me? I just mixed my hands into the freaking dough. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Jeremy's injury. You see, Sprinkles began to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under the white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask J3MRI to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring the creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. No! That's it. Skip the battle. What happens if we skip the battle? Because it seems like it was rigged from the beginning. You're gonna think about Colonel Sanders, lose too much time, break your hand. So what if I just say no to the battle? Is everything a competition with you two? Yes. Well, not with me. I'm on a personal journey to learn to love. Sure, why not? But definitely not to constantly battle. Yeah, stop getting your genres crossed. Don't you have some portable monsters to capture or something? I need to eat if I'm going to have the energy to sustain my education and pursue my dreams of being a master chef. How are any of us supposed to get anywhere if we're constantly fending off challenges from every know-it-all with an apron? Besides, I already brought my own lunch. J3MRI, you should have it. It will give you the energy you need to succeed. Miriam reaches out and presents a gift to you. I love it. This is adorable. It's the tiniest little grilled cheese and a little tomato soup. I love it so much. My special grilled cheese and tomato soup with chocolate milk to wash it down and a tartlet for dessert. That's so cute. It only takes you about 5 seconds to eat Miriam's tiny food, but it's just what you needed for motivation. You know what? I've learned enough for today. Let's battle. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll... Oh god, do I have to battle them either way? Are you kidding me, dude? No, I'm not gonna win. Oh no. Yeah, it was that one. I knew that. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And then this is where I get it wrong. Gratitude? That's right. We could do this. We could do this. Aru! Silence. Come on, come on. I could get them all right this time. Let's do this thing. Shut up, Colonel Sanders. This is where you screw me over. Fudge! Is there like a correct answer to these ones where it's just Colonel Sanders? Or am I just screwed? Is there a way to complete this? Or am I just like forced to lose my hand? Because I thought I'd be able to skip the battle. But instead... No! Moron! Oh, it's over. It's over. I guess we're forced to either way. Inside you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette, atop a slice of honeycomb ice cream, 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed, as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger in his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. The goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Oh my god, I'm blowing this so hard. So... Can I undo that? Does that ruin everything? Nah, let's not. But I really want to. I feel like I'm blowing it so hard. Oh my god. I have to try again either way? Man, I suck at this game. Oh my god. Apparently I'm guaranteed to fail no matter freaking what. So like, who cares, to be honest. Because I know all the answers to these, but it doesn't matter, because then it throws all the impossible ones. Yeah, I know the answers, but the thing is, you ruin it by making me not be able to win. Stop thinking about him. Stop thinking about the Colonel. Frickin' moron, you blew it. You ruined everything. Come on, skip through, skip through. Don't wipe the sauce off of his face because you're dumb and didn't realize that he actually had the goatee because he wanted to hold food in it. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from the run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've ever failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I don't know what that is. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules could be so cruel. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard, and they assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. That's something to be proud of. That's a life you can hang your hat on. That's all I thought of when I heard that. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. It's the Spork Monster! Borko. It is I. I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems. Am I right? Am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also wanted to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. J3 and I, together I am sure we can defeat them. Let's go! Team Sanders for life, baby. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Whoa. Number one, who's in the urn? That's my main question. Who's in there? Is that like his parents or something? Is he going to tell me in a minute? And also, why does he have a giant chicken statue here? I know, like, fried chicken's kind of his thing, but, like, why does he have a taxidermied chicken staring at his couch? That's a sick fireplace, though. I'm down for that. Oh, I didn't even notice his baby picture has him with a goatee. I'm so dumb. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy, both perhaps. Let's reveal it to him. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you coleslaw. Oh, nobody likes coleslaw, though. No. Coleslaw's disgusting. Put it back in your bag. You idiot. It should have been beans or something. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux Hideaway. Magnificent! I think you mean that's rubbish, throw it in the trash. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Don't snoop! Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. I'd like to learn about the urn. To take a closer look at a large urn. I got too hype about him eating my coleslaw that I wasn't reading. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Man, that's kind of deep. Poor guy. Tap on an item to... Yeah, I will. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Yeah, I'm tapping. I want to learn about this chicken real quick. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real! Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Don't go in his freaking bedroom, are you nuts? What's this? A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. A scented candle, you pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool. Freshly scratched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? Nah, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... I don't even have a guess for what it would be. Just then the ghost of student pops up. Whoa! Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I can just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. One of the framed photos showed an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. Oh. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Probably his friend Pete, actually, now that you think of it. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of the secret herbs and spices. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment what number is important to Colonel Sanders, then it dawns on you. As you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens inside. You find a secret note. Can chicken be prepared? Sashimi style? You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off his hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give it a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You decide that now is your moment to make a big move. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional... Shut up, phone! Shush. You know what? Give me 1 second. Frickin' spam calls. No, I don't need you to look at my car's extended warranty. Leave me alone. Where was I? But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakdown gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, J3MRI? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! Zzz. You wake up to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. I think I did. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Oh God, don't let me be the idiot. In some jurisdictions, that isn't even legal, but if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. It's literally chicken and biscuits. Are you kidding me? You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. I'll flatter him. I don't want to be like, no, your food sucks. You suck. I'll flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Let's go, Miriam! Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date! I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him you'd better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house. But things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house? As if that's a thing people just say? What is that even referring to? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to the Colonel Sanders house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. And after a short argument, you both agreed to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals at the quad. Fight me. Okay, never. He does have really cool hair. How it comes into a star though. That's pretty sick. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop. Though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because you know he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, J3 Mirai, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse? What? Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clenched your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever! Colonel Sanders arrived just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? J3 Mirai, how's the hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's shut up, phone. I'm gonna turn the sound. I'm gonna mute my phone for a bit. Get that noise out of here, brother. Shush. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, J3 Mirai. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, J3 Mirai. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by the interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's that book! It looks brand new. Whoa, that's that. Yeah, I read that right. It just didn't sound right to me. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimmer, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimmer? Like a book of spells? I don't know who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful. I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme danger. It says around the edges of the page. I could use the spell here. It says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it. No! You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happened. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window to the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrace! I told you never to come back! Terrace! I will destroy you, Terrace! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrace? I never checked the volume, so I'm just going to quickly do that now. How's it sounding? How's it sounding? Yeah, it sounds fine. We're good. I just wanted to make sure the sound was good because I never checked, and that would have been so sad if I went this whole time with it sounding like trash. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrace? Put the game back up. Why did it go away? Oops. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrace, but by any squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. Ahem. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, J3MRI, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by sad whimpering coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class, but I miss you. We went on one date, Pop, and how can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quickers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away. That's a really cute thing to say, Miriam. What happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house. Pop, we went on one date. We're over. And it meant so much to me that I made this for you. To her to go on arguing, Pop leaves his creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakout to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate, but we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a little beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treat, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs. But she hesitates to embrace the feelings all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sandler's stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe sorta, but I'm not sure there's a pony out there with your name on it. And a ranch big enough for both of us. And whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Sorry, after reading for almost 2 hours straight, I'm struggling. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup, and I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, J3MRI's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months making this dish, comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven, but as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. What a hunky dreamboat. J3MRI, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. Exactly. It really did. You looked at him and then you just forgot you were doing something. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it like no, because then it'll burn. Fess up about your practice dish. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You know it was a pot pie just from the smell. Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. There is except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Frick, yeah, they do have bomb mac and cheese there, though. You gotta love it. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baster Blaster! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cook technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out, and she is going to use some dark magic to turn the tide. You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? No, we're going to do it the hard way. Screw your magic book. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I've got passion. Passion for that Colonel Sanders. What a cutie. I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. Oh my god. My heart's about to explode. I believe in you, J3MRI. Stop cheering me on. We're competing. I'm gonna crush you. And I've always believed in you, J3MRI. Since we were little kids, believe I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied about the ingredient and it was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? What happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the Grimer stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magic items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Huh, yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup, back in the old country, you can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on the competition. I understand. It's kinda like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during the scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you tossed a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck! Deep inside yourself, give up and drop out Wait, what? Having suffered this huge setback? No, just summon extra power from deep down inside you. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for. Yes, J3 Mirai, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time. Which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. No! But don't worry, dear J3 Mirai. You may have suffered from setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up. So you've gone to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What? Guy. Is he tearing up? I think he's tearing up. If you look at, the face cam is covering. Here, let me move it. I think he's tearing up if you, look at his eyes here. It looks like he's got little tears in his eyes. Okay, now I'll put the face cam back. I just wanted to move it out of the way so you can see. You know what, maybe I should move it for you guys permanently just so it's out of the way until he moves to the other side in 5 seconds. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. Frick. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop! Clank! From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! I literally turned off the sound. Why is it still making noise? Shut up, phone. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks, clank! Where did the pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear his signature whir bleep or some onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Well, 3 whole days. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. That's so cute. That little, Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. Does that help at all? Does that make it any brighter? Or is that just a waste of time and I should turn the light back off? Yeah, it didn't do anything. It's fine. Tender udon noodles and savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto Maki? I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl. I can't read what this dog is saying. Yes, chef! Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made for baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+, rarely do I taste a dish that has so much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, J3MRI, for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an Axe Youth urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brain, doesn't it look cool? I need to... Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close enough on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to sloosh around. Woof, woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified? A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount sympathy. Oh, simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I don't drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, J3MRI? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. I'm gonna have to make sure my phone is shutting up because it's not. Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in the kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away? I'm a 49-year-old dog of life. I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the glass. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon the mac and cheese bowl, they admit they are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog in the house! Oh, wow, wow. You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by the name Party Monster. The Party Monster? Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected student walks off. He's gonna do something drastic. These people are just treating him like trash, ignoring him repeatedly. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found a love in her cooking, and she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing of the school. Not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Miriam, will you be my lady king? What an incredible turn of events. An offer to join the royal family? It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess or maybe a queen. I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way. Crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do with my life. A twist on a twist? So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny foods to meticulously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze. Okie doke. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Let's go. What a hunk. He's got a little chest pocket for his pen now. So dreamy. He's got his work shirt on. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? Is it? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Thank God, I wanted to mac on him first. J3 Mirai, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, J3 Mirai. How sweet. We'll work together and play together? Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on the time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as his chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I can enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear J3 Mirai, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end! Is it actually the end this time, or is that one a prank? KFC presents. So did I win? Is that the whole game? Just 2 hours, 11 minutes? I think I beat the game.
Alright.
Yeah. I mean, it was 2 hours. But I guess it's done. So, I officially am in love with Colonel Sanders. He's quite a hunk.
I like it personally.
Yeah. Heck yeah, brother. So I guess since I beat the game, I'm gonna end the stream here. So thanks for watching. Have a good night.